Attention cryptocurrency holders, this is breaking news. We are repeating the same exact pattern that we have been repeating for 11 years. Each time we do it, the same thing happens next, but it catches the world by surprise. A lot of people get caught off guard, and a lot of people lose money because of it, but not you. You're going to see that pattern right before your eyes, because Bitcoin has not been hiding when it makes this pattern, but it does it on a chart that nobody pays attention to. But that stops now. Take a look. This has been happening for more than 11 years. It dates back to 2013 in the Stochastic RSI. Take a look at what the Stochastic RSI does. It gets above this yellow line, and as soon as we have a cross down, there is a major correction, oftentimes marking market cycle tops. In this case, in 2013, we had this top here, and then we had bearish divergence marking the absolute top. Fast forward to 2017, our Stochastic RSI, right on schedule, gets right above this yellow line at the most explosive time in the market. And as soon as we have it cross down, it's an absolute top of the market, and the bear market starts. Fast forward to the next cycle, 2021, the Stochastic RSI gets above this yellow line at the most explosive part of the cycle, right on cue, right on schedule. And what happens next? The market cycle top is in, and the bear market has started. Fast forward to 2025. Here we are, right on schedule, right on cue. We have part of the Stochastic RSI getting above this yellow line. I need to explain to you the significance of this, because this is monumental and nobody is paying attention to it. That's why we've got breaking news, but it goes deeper. Something else needs to happen first, and then I need to explain to you what will happen next, because that is where it gets very, very interesting. Hey, I'm Steve. I show you facts in the charts. No paid ads, no paid sponsorships, just straight facts that really help you. Subscribe. So here we are, Bitcoin US dollar index, and today we are on the 2-month chart, and I have breaking news. I need to tell you what is happening live right now as we are looking at this chart. This blue line is about to cross below this yellow line. I need you to know what this means for the market, because you can look at the chart that nobody is paying attention to right in front of your eyes, and you can see what this might mean for Bitcoin. I have to tell you what is about to happen. No hype, just facts. Subscribe and relax. But first, let's look at the Stochastic RSI. The Stochastic RSI, right here in the bottom of your screen, goes from a range of 0 up to a range of 100. Anytime you're below the 20 level, it simply means we are out of momentum. Case in point, look at each time we are below this white line on this chart here. This white line represents the 20 level, and anytime we're below here, we are literally out of momentum, and we do that every bottom of the market. So when you look at the bottom of the market in 2015, that's when we were below the 20 level. We were below there. The entire bottom of the market is simply represented here below the 20. How about the next cycle? 2017, top of the market here. As soon as we enter the bottom of that market, we are quite literally below the 20 level with our momentum, our Stochastic RSI. In other words, if you just simply close your eyes and you watch this chart when nobody is looking at it, and you simply buy when we are below the 20 level, you will look like a superhero. Every single market, it's the same like clockwork. Now, when you go to the next cycle, 2021, when we're below the 20 level, we are literally below at the bottom of the market. Keep in mind, that's when we was 15,000, 16,000, 17,000. When the rest of the world told you, do not buy, it'll be the dumbest idea ever. I was telling you to buy at 15, 16, 17,000, and the rest of the world called me crazy. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. We were below with our momentum. We had a ton of other charts that were saying the bottom is in. But now that you have this secret chart, you will wait later in 2026, maybe towards the end of the year. You will save this video. You will wait until our stochastic RSI, both the blue and the orange, are below the 20 level. And at that point, it will likely represent the bottom of said market bottom. Now that we understand the stochastic RSI with the bottom, what's happening with the top? Because we are in the top zone right now and we might be bursting below it. So what does the top represent? So we represented the bottom as when we have no momentum. When the blue line crosses on top, you will see price bullish and price will rise. Case in point, in 2013, we had this bottom of the market in 2015 and we crossed our blue line up and we went from about $150 up to $20,000 with the blue line on top. Now, there is a secret bullish part of this chart that I'm about to share with you. It's the most bullish part of every single cycle, and it happens like clockwork. It happens exactly at the same time every single cycle. Take a look. You see this yellow line here. This yellow line is at 97, and you better be sitting down when you're looking at this chart. 97, mark this down. When you have the blue line and the orange line above 97 in any bull market, it will represent the most bullish of bullish parts of that cycle. That's when altcoins explode. That's when Bitcoin explodes. That's when the market is on fire. Case in point, 2017, both the blue and the orange above 97 at the most explosive time of the market. We went from $800 Bitcoin to 20,000 real quick. Then fast forward next cycle when we had the blue and the orange above said yellow line at the same time. It was the most bullish part of that entire cycle. We went from $10,000 Bitcoin to 70,000, all while the blue and the orange were above this yellow line. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. Well, what's happening today? Well, today we got our blue line above once and we got our blue line above twice. Wait a minute. Other cycles, we didn't have it above twice. In other cycles, we had the blue and the orange. So what's going on? What is happening with this cycle? Well, I want to get to this blue line and this blue line. But more importantly, I want to talk about this blue line that's plummeting right now and trying to plummet through this yellow line and what that means, because I want to help you win. I make these videos to help educate you, not to give my emotional opinion or what I think or hope is going to happen. That's irrelevant. I give you facts. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie, and you learn every single video on how to make better decisions and be less emotional. So I want to get to point number 1, 2, and we'll follow up with point number 3 is what the hell's going on with this blue line crashing through and what does it mean for you, your altcoins, and your portfolio. Let's start with this blue line. I mentioned when we have the blue and the orange above said yellow line of 97, it represents the most bullish time of every cycle. Well, it was no different this time. May 2024 is when we had the market hot. The market had moved from about 30K up to about 70K with this blue on top here. But then we had a cross down, or did we? Now, I want to take a second to tell you the facts of the stochastic RSI according to the developer. You see, in stochastic RSI in the smaller time frames, sometimes we have cross up, cross down, cross up, and you're like, well, what's real? How do you know what's real? It's a simple rule. When you have a cross down below the 80 level, meaning the blue and the orange go below 80, and 80 is right here, then the cross becomes official. In other words, we had a cross down and then a cross up and then a cross down. Have any of them become official yet? No. We haven't had the orange and the blue both cross down below 80. The same is true on a cross up. Any cross up has to confirm above the 20 with the blue and the orange to become official. So above the 20 on the way up, below 80 on the way down. Put those in your notes. That will save you a tremendous amount of headache and make you a lot more profit. Now, we talked about this blue line being above. That's when the market was really bullish. Data point number 2, September 2025, the glory days of $126,000 Bitcoin happened when our blue line was above here. But our orange line has yet to be above there, and our blue line is rapidly plummeting. What's going on? What do we need to know? First and foremost, this is a 2-month chart. This chart has not closed yet. This chart will close at the end of December. Think about it. December 31st, New Year's Eve. Pay attention to this chart. 11:59 p.m. UTC time. Instead of watching the fireworks, your eyes better be right here, because this could make or break Bitcoin. Mark my words, clip this. This is the chart to watch. This is what to watch for. Pay close attention. If you see this blue line right here confirming below this yellow line, I want to show you what it represents. Let's go back to 2017. When this blue line went below this yellow line, it was right after the market cycle top. In fact, 1 candle later. Fast forward 4 years. What changed? Blue line crossed down below this yellow line right here, exactly 1 candle after the market cycle top. What are we looking at right now? This blue line wants to cross down below, but it doesn't matter where this blue line is until New Year's Eve. That's it. New Year's Eve, 11:59 UTC time. If we have this blue line confirmed below this yellow line, it could spell disaster. It could very well mean that the top of the market was in quite literally 1 candle ago at $126,000 Bitcoin. Then the market cycle top would be in and the whole thing will come crumbling down. No hype, just facts. Subscribe and relax. However, there's one thing lurking in the bushes that could help save the day for Bitcoin. That's the weekly Stochastic RSI cross paired with the 2-week. The weekly happens twice per year. The 2-week happens once per year. And if we have this cross and we protect 70K, Bitcoin could very well go to a new all-time high. By the way, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for your continued support as we always go against the herd. And shout out to the OGs that have been by my side for 7 or 8 years. Trade like a tourist or go with the pros. The FFA is where the real ones go. Link in description.